it's abstract. It's jazz. Take one half of the bench.
I'm on my knees. How can you tell the black ones from the whites when you paint everything?
That is a great question. I can't.
Okay.
I just rely on...
You are everything on feeling?
No, but on this, there should be one key each octave the same colour.
Oh yeah. So you do this by heart or you played it before?
I don't believe in
intervention at God.
I know, darling, that you do. If I did, I would bow down and ask him. That one.
Yeah. Other things besides music, like amnesty and fair trade. And I was wondering what are the causes at the moment that you feel worth supporting?
Well, all the same ones, really. We tried to take more of a behind-the-scenes approach on things like that, because we were very vocal about fair trade a few years ago. So we felt like to just switch to another cause would just seem a little bit like shallow. So now we just put the things that we support in our album cover and on our website. And, but it's all the usual things, like you said, Amnesty and Oxfam, and things that most sane humans support also. Yeah. Is that fair to say? So, yeah.
But funny, 3 years ago I was in Shanghai and I saw something about fair trade and I immediately thought of you. And I had this in my drawer for 3 years for you.
Oh good, what is it?
It's fair trade.
Thank you. But it doesn't say what it is.
Open it. It's a generic,
can we open it?
It's a generic fair trade thing, yeah, you can open it. It's probably totally empty. It's fair trade air.
Wait, that's the good stuff.
I read interviews from you guys and there's always influences from bands or comparison to bands, but I personally like singer-songwriters very much too, and it's maybe because I'm a photographer and I find it easy to shoot one person than four, but I was wondering if there's any specific singer-songwriters that you guys listen to or, you know, admire.
For me, I suppose Tom Waits and Nick Cave are two big, you know, people that I always go back to.
Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen. And
I would be obsessed with Bob Dylan as well, and Neil Young.
There's a song called Stories of the Street by Leonard Cohen that I've been listening to a lot recently. I can't get that song out of my head.
one of the key people who's responsible for us being a band is probably Jeff Buckley.
Okay.
I think his music was so powerful and like hard hitting for most of us in the mid and late 90s. And that's when we were getting the band together, and I think I certainly found a lot of inspiration in it. I mean, to the point of trying to actually sound like him for the first few singles.
Yeah.
So he would be got to be mentioned. Right. English heroes. Do they have to be English?
Well, yeah, I thought just what comes from these islands. It doesn't have to be music.
Well, you'd have to say Shakespeare and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And
one of the great English things for me of all time is Monty Python. And I was wondering if you guys are up for showing your best silly walk.
Of course.
Yeah. We have some space here. We can try it out.
Let's do it. I'm into it. Nope. Right. We're across the wall.
Yeah. Just
which way? That way?
However you feel it walks best.
You know.
Wait, I've got it. I like the sort of John Cleese style.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Mine is only minimally silly. It's just a simple forward quarter rotation every third step.
Occasionally,
That's a beautiful one.
Yeah.
What I do find on the street is when you accidentally trip, you try and make it look
like not accidental.
deliberate. What else do you want us to do?
Well, it's some graffiti. You can take any, you know, it's black and white, but you can take any colors you want. You can do it here. Whatever you feel like.
We'll do it.
I'm not going to suddenly
It can be very personal.
I need
get a
just
new style.
You have to shake it. You have to shake it quite a bit. You know that. What brought you to graffiti at the moment?
Well, I think it's funny because it sort of started as an American thing, but everywhere we go, and we just came from South Africa, there's graffiti all over the place. Japan, you know, everywhere we go, Brazil. There's if you start looking for street art, it's all over the place, and you realise it's the sort of the voice of, not the voiceless, but it's people just expressing themselves, often on quite ugly surfaces, and turning them into beautiful coloured, you know, murals.
Yeah.
And so I think we just really loved the sort of freedom of expression. It's just we just responded to the idea that you can paint anything yourself, and you don't have to be a grand master. Graffiti has its critics, but often it changes something that's really drab and oppressive into something else. That's the idea of the record too, is to be trying to find colour within, you know, darkness and depression and all the terrible things in the world. It's trying to find the light in there.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of graffiti does, is put some light into darkness.
What you said, you went to see bands in the Roundhouse, and that made me think of Madrid again, and the idea we have for the event, which is based on circular stuff. And I have some very small stages with me. And I thought maybe you can see how you guys are going to be on that stage.
Okay.
Yeah. So. There's different shapes, sizes, I mean. So I thought maybe you can show me, Chris, how you would perform within a circle.
Sure.
And
we'll practice. We're rehearsing, right?
And Johnny and Guy. Yes.
Right.
Just to see, you know, it's slightly practicing, and also for me to get a vibe going.
Mm-hmm. That's probably me.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay, you need to up to your...
My thing's falling today.
What song do you want us to play? We'll play Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown, yeah.
Okay. Go from... yeah, okay. Will you bring us in on the riff?
I will.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I don't think we have to rethink the concept. I think the concept works.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, are you not playing?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Oh, I see. Oh, I wait on this bit.
2, 3, 4. It works.
I think it's going to work.
No
Great.
Okay,
Thank you very much. That's great.
It's a good concept.
Thanks, everyone.
I like it. Thanks, Anton. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Will.
No time.
Johnny.
Come on.
Chris, thanks.
Scene.
9, 8, 7,
6.
5, 4, 3,
2. 1.